Hi, welcome back to my channel. I know I have been gone for a while, and I am sincerely sorry about that, but I do have a really good reason, and I will share that with you, okay? I promise. Okay, so, when I take my meds, they make me feel sick, and, unfortunately, it happened again last night. So I was going to make a video last night, but I was not really able to. It wasn't very comfortable. And I had my second COVID vaccine as well. And of course, there's always some side effects from that. And so, yeah. And well, thirdly, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Our washing machine gave out, and we were not expecting that, and we're not really in the position to get a new one or a used one or anything at the moment, so I'm doing everything by hand, and it's hard. And when you have fibromyalgia, as you know, there's a spoon theory, and that means that you only have a certain amount of spoons every day for your energy, and after that's gone, that's all you get. Well, I have been very, very tired, and that's why I have been gone for a while. So I just wanted you guys to know, and hopefully in like a month or two, we should be able to get a washing machine. It would be really nice. I'm hoping. But other than that, I was thinking about the next video to make, because the last one I did, I shared with you all the different prescriptions that I was getting. And I can only imagine what some of you must be thinking. You're looking at them going, what the heck is wrong with this girl? Why does she have so many pills? What the heck? Like, you know, what's going on? I understand. I do. It looks like I take a pharmacopoeia. And, you know, I walk around with my own pharmacy. And I know, it's a lot. It's a lot even for me to contemplate, so... Yeah, and of course, each pill comes with its own side effects. So there is that. And of course, one of the things that comes with pills is if I don't eat before I take my pain pills, I will be sick. And sometimes even if I take like food before I take them, I will still be sick. That's why I'm looking into like a light foundation, which I've never really done before, but I thought it might be good because I'll get these broken capillaries in my face. And this isn't about like sympathy. I'm not looking for that really. It's more just, you know, facts. I want you to know why. And so hopefully you won't unsubscribe, and you know, I'll be able to continue to share some stories with you. And I thought one that would make the most sense today would be to explain why I'm so sick. Because there's a lot of reasons I could be, but I don't want people theorizing, and I don't want them guessing. I'd rather just say it. So that's what this video is about. Alright, now, my little troll has been waiting patiently. This is Sophia. She is adorable. I don't want to hear it. She's my favorite little troll. Now, she is the only troll that is allowed in my room, in my YouTube channel. Okay? She's adorable. I don't care where you happen to sit on the rainbow. If you think the rainbow sucks, fine. If you sit on your own little gray cloud near the rainbow, fine. If you like to pretend it doesn't exist at all, okay. But at least be open for a dialogue. Okay? No need for a troll. We already have our own little troll, and she's adorable. And she keeps me company. So, here we go. I'm going to explain this to you. My father is a Vietnam veteran. Now, I'm sure most of you go, oh, okay, that's nice. Or, oh, okay, well, cool, you know, your dad must be really, you know, strong. Or, you know, something like that. Traditional stuff. There's more. Now, some people, I have noticed vast groups of people don't even know what happened during the Vietnam War. And of course, you know, why would they? You know, it happened quite a while ago. But during the Vietnam War, they were noticing that the Viet Cong were able to fight like guerrilla warfare in the jungles quite adeptly. They were really good at it. And of course that's just because it was their home territory. They were used to fighting in there. Our troops from America were not accustomed to that. So some geniuses in America decided, hey, you know what? We're going to put together a chemical. It's going to defoliate all the plants, all the trees, and expose all the enemy. And then you guys can go get them. Okay, then. Well, they had a whole slew of chemicals that they put out. They had, now I'm sure you've heard of Agent Orange, maybe. They had Agent Orange. They had Agent Pink. They had Agent White. They had Agent Blue. Let's see, they had Agent Purple. And they had Agent Green. So the ones that went out first, from what I understand, were more heavily saturated with certain chemicals, so they were worse. Okay, now mind you, what I want you to visualize here are 50-gallon drums with a colored stripe around them. That's all. There were no warnings. There were no, you know, written labels that stated, hey, this is a toxic compound. No. They were actually told that it was perfectly safe. And the thing is, Agent Orange is a, well, it disrupts your endocrine system. And what happens then is that will basically mess with your, you know, like your hormone function, your reproduction, your growth, your development. You know, it affects a lot. Your immune system, your metabolic function. You know, it's awful, right? But it's worse than that, because what happens is, anybody that's exposed to this chemical brings it home with them. So whenever they have children, that's passed on to their children, that exposure to that chemical. So you'll have second generation, you'll have third, fourth, and they're finding that it's still carrying through. In Vietnam, there's plenty of examples of this. And it's because there's another chemical within Agent Orange called dioxin. Now, if you go do some research on dioxin, you'll find out that it is a terrible chemical. Terrible. And you can also look up children of Agent Orange. Now, the ones that were exposed in Vietnam, that were directly exposed to the saturated land, and you have to understand, there were millions upon millions of gallons of these chemicals doused, soaking through in Vietnam. The land is soaked with it. So a baby born in Vietnam, they're going to be suffering from, I would consider it to be severe developmental issues. And they'll also have malformed limbs and things like that. And I've witnessed some of it. And, you know, it's terrible to see, but it's also something that I think people should be aware of, because it shouldn't be just, you know, swept under the rug and ignored. When I learned more about this and learned that I was a child of a Vietnam veteran, and therefore I was exposed to these chemicals myself, and this was probably why I was going through all these health problems, and they were just, you know, getting worse and worse and worse, and I was like, what's going on? You know, why am I so unwell? Yeah, well, it's because of my father's exposure, partially, I believe, or majorly, to Agent Orange during Vietnam, the Vietnam War. And, you know, there were lots and lots of American troops there. There were Australian troops there. And, you know, there is a group that I'm a part of, and I don't have their permission to mention them yet, so I'm more than likely going to keep that part to myself. But within that group, the Australians are in there, the Americans are in there, and the stories that they're sharing with everybody, you know, their children are, you know, developmentally stunted. They have problems. They have physical manifestations, you know, spina bifida. There's loads of people dying of cancer, multiple cancers, autoimmune issues, nervous conditions. It's endless. And there are thousands of us living, some of us in America, most of them in America. And here's the worst part, I think, personally. The government has made things to where the children of Vietnam veterans cannot bring a lawsuit against the U.S. government that has multiple plaintiffs. Can't do it. But if you want to go against the government with just your own lawyer, by yourself, you're welcome to it. Now, anybody with half a brain knows that's a heck of an endeavor to go up against the government and to try to fight them. And it's so hard. Even though there's proof out there, even though there's documentation and studies, and it all shows and all points to the fact that there are these problems. The American government will not offer any compensation or any health accommodations, anything like that. They just let these kids suffer. No accountability, nothing. And from what I understand, Agent Orange was a creation of, and this is all I've been able to see, is between Dow and Monsanto. Those are two companies that keep coming up as the creators of Agent Orange. Please don't, you know, crucify me. I looked it up. I did the best I could. And, you know, it's very disturbing when you know that your government, yet again, is not doing what it's supposed to do for its own citizens. Why is that? You know? I mean, you instill patriotism into your citizens to a point where it's what's the word? You're so into your country, you know, and you'll do anything for them, and you're such a patriot, and you go and you serve your country, and you fight and you sacrifice, and when you come home, you're not getting a lot of support. I can speak of this because I have had friends that went off to Afghanistan, came back, and they were a different person. Obviously, because of what they'd been exposed to. I mean, I knew that, but they were just, some of them were told that they were this percentage disabled, and this is what you're going to be receiving every month. Here's some pills to help you feel better, and talk to this person, and that was that. You know, there's a lot of problems, and when it comes to health problems, being a child of a Vietnam veteran is definitely the reason why I have so many problems. You know, when I was younger, I used to visit this old man because I was friends with his grandson. And he had all his pill bottles lined up around his chair. And I remember when I would look at that, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be that when I get older. I am that. Oh no. I have so many pills, it's ridiculous. I mean, I used to watch him. I used to watch him and think, oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person. And here it is. Here I am. But, you know, you just try to struggle through it. We, as the children of Vietnam veterans, we try to support one another as best we can, even though most of us are just way too sick to do too much. And to be honest, this is another reason why I never had a family of my own, because I know how unwell I am, and I know that a lot of it is inherited. And, you know, some people may not understand that and may think, oh, well, you know, you should have tried anyway. No, for me, it was not worth the risk. I couldn't risk doing that. So when it comes down to it, currently, there's so much going on with my health. It's daunting. I don't even know where to begin, like, to talk to you guys about this. But it's a lot. But it's not going to stop me from, you know, sharing things with you. And I really do enjoy doing this channel. I hope I can bring more people, you know, to the channel over time. I hope that we can build a bigger community, because I really would like to get, you know, a bit bigger. And yes, ultimately I would like to get monetized, because having an extra income would be amazing. I mean, you know, we could really, it would help. It would help. And who knows? Maybe I can prove to be entertaining. I don't know, but I'd like to try. But yeah, it's, oh my gosh, it's so late in the morning, but it's so hot right now. I know, you're like, but you're in England. It's not supposed to be hot. It's summertime. acclimate here. It's hot. Trust me. It's very hot here. So, yeah. I did finish my project. One of them was to cover my hangers in softness and squishy stuff in order to make my clothes nice and pretty and keep them from getting all rough around the edges. And yeah, I made about 10 of them, so that was really, really fun. My next project is a curtain for the door frame, so that way, you know, whenever we want our privacy, we can have that, and we'll have a nice looking curtain. So how are you guys doing? I'd love to hear back from you. Tell me what's going on. Tell me if you've ever heard about Agent Orange, or if you know anything about it, because I'd really like to know your opinions. Have you ever been taught any of this in school? Do you know anything about the Vietnam War? I'd really like to know, because it's history, you know, it's part of history, and I just wonder, like, what you actually learned in your school, because we didn't learn anything about this. We knew that there was a Vietnam War, obviously, but we never knew anything about the chemical warfare that went on there. That was like, you know, bonus round as an adult. Basically, it was like, oh, okay, well, that's not cool. You know, but I should probably go ahead and cut this short, I think, and I'm gonna come back. I'll make more, don't worry, I'll be back. Please don't unsubscribe, don't leave. Speaking of, there's a little button down there. Okay, it's a little button. It's called subscribe, and if you push it, you'll make me smile. I love it. And then there's a little button next to it, and you can get all of my stuff. Also, I have decided that I am going to have a little blog. It's not something you have to go look at, but I'm going to put it on there, so that way, if there's anything that I want to like let you guys know, I can tell you on my blog. And maybe that can work as a way of communicating with you guys as well. So if I'm gone for any period of time, I can tell you why. And hopefully you won't go anywhere. Because I've lost 3 subscribers. I'm like, where'd you go? So don't leave. Anyway, there was one guy I did want to reply to. I knew about the word Janner. Because my mother-in-law and my girlfriend, she's like, oh yeah, my mother sounds like a real Janner. And I'm like, oh, what the heck is a Janner? Y'all talk funny. And she laughed, I laughed. I mean, that's basically what it's been like. It's not a clash of cultures, it's more like a laughter of cultures, because we just have so much fun. You know, we're always like surprising each other, and sometimes it can be a little frustrating because I will not realize I'm doing something that annoys my partner, and it's just because it's how I've always reacted to something. So it's a constant learning process being here in England as opposed to being over there. You know, culturally, I'm still learning, you know, and I'm also realizing what holes I have in my education as well. It's like, whoa, I did not know that. So I'm pretty grateful for all this. Now this has become a bit longer than I intended, but you know what? It's worth it. For you guys, it's worth it. I don't know if you've been watching everything over there, but whoa, it's like dipping your toe in crazy. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening across the pond. Have you been watching? Whoa. I'm nervous. Anyway, let's talk about that, okay? You guys let me know down below. I'm probably going to make a video about that because, I mean, let's be honest. There's some nutty stuff going on over there. I would really like to talk about it. Wouldn't you? Okay, so I'm going to cut this here. And just remember, if you happen to be LGBT or questioning, and you don't feel like you have anywhere to go, you're always welcome here on this channel. You can always leave a comment. You're not alone, and it does get better. And I know that's an old phrase, but it applies. It works. You're not alone, okay? All right. Much love to you guys, okay? Talk to you later.